Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we've traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now.
Darling looks back at what might have been a signature moment in his career and reflects on the ways professional athletes must sometimes shoulder a personal disappointment as their team finds a way to win. Please join Book Review in welcoming author of Game 7, 1986, Ron Darling.
If you're a major league pitcher, the greatest thing is somehow, some way to start Game 7 of the World Series. I got the dream that any pitcher would like to get, and that's why it's called Failures and Triumphs, because I didn't do my job, didn't get it done, only went 3 2/3 innings, but the Mets won the World Championship. So I guess it's really a look into, you know, we have these heroes that are sports heroes, and we always think they're invincible. And it's a look into someone who was invincible on that day 30 years ago. First game, I went 7 innings, didn't give up an earned run. Second game, I shut out the Red Sox over 7 innings. But the one great thing about pro athletes is that it really doesn't matter what you did or what used to happen. It's the here and now. When I got to Game 7, did I have the confidence that you're supposed to have at Game 7? Of course I did, but I did not get it done. So I went through the celebration that the team goes through when they win a world championship. So much joy. But it was 48 hours later where this book started, as I sat by myself and said, wait a minute, everything is great here, except I started the game and did not do well. How did that happen? You know, when I was brought up in '83, the Mets were just horrible, one of the worst teams I've ever seen assembled. And then in '84, we won 90 games, and we competed against the Cubs until the middle of August. That gave me a feeling we might have a decent team working. And then in '85, we competed against a great Cardinals team with great speed and won 98 games and came up a little short. That's when I knew that, you know, we were going to compete every year. Could we get over the hump? And 108 wins later, in 1986, we had a dominating regular season. But no one remembers dominating a regular season. They only remember if you win a world championship.
I think I pay some homage to the Boston Red Sox, who were so good in that series, and we barely squeaked by them. I mean, it's thought of as the Buckner series because the ball went between his legs.
You know, when you're on a ball club that always comes back, you lay a foundation or building blocks of a team that never says die. Now, that's a cliche. But when you have a team over the course of 6 months, every time you think you're done, you're able to come back and do something great. You start to build that momentum where you can look each other in the eye and go, you know what, I know we're down, but it doesn't matter. Because if I don't do it, you're going to do it. And if you don't do it, the next guy's going to do it. And when those things happen in sports with great athletes, it makes for a memorable year.
You know, what if the Mets didn't come back? And my lineage or the legend would be that the only championship for the Mets was 1969, and that we had come up short in '86. Maybe I would be thought of or looked at differently. Thank God it didn't happen.
People are judged all the time, well, how many rings did he win? You better be able to say one if you're a former professional athlete, and I'm able to say that. Yeah, it changes the arc of your career, because you ask anybody, doesn't matter how much money they made, if you could sacrifice all of that to have a ring, they all say yes. Not 99%, not 78%, 100% of the people say yes. It's because it's so coveted to be a champion for 1 year. And you know, it's only 1 year, and some great teams are 2 and 3 years, but that 1 year is special.